Okay, so we are group number 9, and this is our presentation for this strategic analysis for case study Atria. So a bit about what we're going to be doing. Here's the process of our analysis. First, we used Orbis to uh, gather data, and then we formulated scenarios and pestle analysis on this data, and then we conducted strategic group analysis, and this was followed by value system analysis and activity system analysis. Next. All right, and then to better understand where the meat industry is heading, we formulated this Orbis database based scatter graphs to better understand Atria's main competitors, and we identified that the main competitors were Hogo Scan and Snellman, and we calculated the average EBIT values for these companies between the years 2019 and 2022 to better understand how these companies had been affected by the global events that affected the macro industry, such as COVID-19. And then our calculations showed that Atria had the average EBIT percentage of 2.2% for this time period, thus positioning itself above Hogo Scan, who had EBIT percentage of 0.4, and but Atria was still below Snellman, who had the EBIT percentage of 3.9, and this shows that Hogo Scan has been the most affected by the environmental changes. And then a little bit about the pestle analysis. We identified a couple different attributes affecting the meat industry. For example, political aspects, some political tax makers or decision makers can increase the taxes on red meat, and thus making or decreasing the demand for the product, because the government could be trying to fight the green gas emissions and the global warming. And also there are some social cultural effects in place that are affecting meat industry in developing countries. The amount of disposable income that the people have is increasing, and at the same time they are adopting Western style of life, which means that they are starting to consume more meat-based proteins. And also ecological factors. The meat production puts a lot of strain on the environment when new land is needed to grow the fodder and make room for the animals to grow and live. And this can speed up the climate change. And then some technological factors that new innovations are helping the meat industry to become more sustainable and efficient. And then about the 3 scenarios that we formulated for the meat industry. The first one is we labeled it as sustainable consumption. And in this innovation prospers, and due to this, the economic growth is significant, and less animal-based protein is consumed, and other alternatives are on the market. And then also due to the innovations, the climate change is under control, and consumers are mainly in charge of what is being produced. And then the other scenario is urbanization. In this scenario, knowledge is shared, and the climate change is slowing down, but still a prominent factor affecting everyday lives. And there's a steady growth of meat consumption when people are moving into big cities to access a better lifestyle and more disposable income for them. And then the third scenario is division, and in this knowledge is not really shared, and innovation is not prospering, and resources are becoming more scarce as freshwater storages are being consumed, and then there are significant differences in income levels. Some people earn much more money than others, and climate change is not under control, and economic growth is slow.
We can divide the industry into various strategic groups based on the several key factors such as market segmentation. Atria, OA, and HK Scan OA strategically position themselves by segmenting the market based on factors such as operational turnover, the number of nations operated, and the number of product segments. And the product specialization, Neptune Malaskana OA focuses only on chicken meat products, indicating a strategy of specialization within position markets. And the third, collaboration and co-ownership. Lancy Kalkona OA, being co-owned by Atria OA and HK Scan OA, demonstrates strategy of collaboration or rather than direct competition with them. And geographical expansions. OA Snellman AB expands its market presence by operating in both Finland and Sweden. And local focus, Kevikulan Koti Falvamo OA operates firmly in Finland, suggesting a strategy focused on a local market. And separation in terms of size, product customizations, and value system structure, marketing strategy, and resources. The size of the Atria OA and HK Scan OA stand out in terms of size with a larger operation turnovers and a presence in multiple nations compared to the other competitors. And product customization, Nebron Malaskina OA specializes exclusively in chicken meat product, while others offer a range of products indicating differing level of customizations. And value system structure. Atria OA and HK Scan OA have extensive value systems with thousands of contract supplier firms and multiple distribution channels, distinguishing them from competitors with more localized supply chain. And marketing strategy, Atria OA and HK Scan OA have a competitive advantage through differentiation, exporting to different nations worldwide, whereas other competitors may focus more on local markets or specific product position and resources. Atria OA and HK Scan OA have significant resources and capabilities evident in their extensive value systems and global market presence, which differentiate them from smaller competitors with more limited resources. Overall, these firms imply various strategies such as market segmentation, specialization, collaboration, and geographical expansion to differentiate themselves in terms of size, product offering, and value system structure, marketing approach, and available resources. Thank you.
All right, so here's the value system for the meat industry in Finland. We start viewing it from in a logical order from the raw material input provision. There is fodder suppliers and other suppliers. For example, Atria owns its own fodder supplier Rehu Oy, which produces fodder for its owned like contract supplier farms. And other suppliers include other stuff that the farms need in their operations. Farms include Atria Siipi, Suomen broiler hatcheries, Atria Nauta, dairy farms, Fidiat, own meat production, pork production, meat processors, and Länsi-Kalkkuna Oy, which is owned by HK Scan Oyj and Atria plc. Tuoretie is in this highlighted as it is a logistic company that operates between the farms and slaughterhouses and between the slaughterhouses and wholesale businesses, and also between the wholesale businesses and distribution channels. Then moving on to slaughterhouses, Atria has its own slaughterhouses which operate in under own companies. So basically Atria Nauta and so on. Spice manufacturers, intestine suppliers, packaging materials, and then Hoko. And then there is Sarion and Oy, which used to have its own slaughterhouse until 2013 when Atria bought its slaughterhouse operations. So now Sarion and Oy is outsourcing its slaughterhouse operations and buying the meat products from different slaughterhouses and also using import meats in its operations and processes. Snellman has its own slaughterhouses integrated as well as Hoko in its operations and under the parent company. Both utilizes its own slaughterhouses as well, and also some imported meat in some product segments, such as horse meat, comes from different countries. Then there is 20 small slaughterhouses processors. Then moving on to wholesale business, there is Kesko, that is a listed company in Helsinki Nasdaq, and then there is Inex, that is owned by S Group, as Ryhmä mentioned in here. Then there is also that Tuoretie, that is the logistic company, and then there is public supplies, like for example Finland as a Finnish country-owned, nation-owned companies and so on, such as military catering. Then there is distribution channels that are Kesko owned. Then there is the S Group that owns the Inex and has multiple brands such as Prisma Ass Market and Sale Sale. Then there is Halpahalli and Suomen Lähikauppa and other chains such as Lidl. Then there is the end customers that are households, customer restaurant chains like Horeca, and public food service customers and institution catering services like the Finnish military Leijona Catering mentioned. Then moving on to five forces analysis, there is the the threat of potential new entrants. The threat of potential new entrants is moderately high, as even a small company operated by 2 employees can be a company entering the industry, but the threat to Atria and Hoko and such big companies, the threat is really low to have significant impact on their operations. Then moving on to bargaining power of suppliers and customers. Suppliers currently have moderately low bargaining power, but it could be increased. It could increase in the future as farming as an occupation is on a negative trend, and also if the MTK, the institution that lobbies the regulators on behalf of farming companies and farmers, if it has success in lobbying, then the power might increase by new laws and other contracts and agreements. Customers, they typically have a moderately high bargaining power, as we have seen in social media, for example, like there is boycotts and other stuff, and also the trends are changing towards more sustainable eating habits and like alternatives for meat, and poultry also is on a positive trend currently and maybe increasing in the future. Then there is the threat of substitutes, as mentioned. It could be viewed to be moderately high, as the substitutes are constantly developed and published and so on, and also the vegan products are gaining popularity in people's consensus and so on. For example, one substitute is a Finnish Solar Foods that produces like protein made of air, basically. So it's moderately high, the trade-off substitutes. And then moving on to customer segments.
Concerning the customer segments, the actual main customer is the large scale retail trade. Like companies like Tesco and Inex account for the majority of sales for Atria, and they have a huge bargaining power, since they enable the access to the final customers like households and families. Atria is trying also to target the convenience stores, therefore the small independent shops that are present in the northern countries. And also there is a small business with smaller supermarket chains. On the other side, there is also the increasing customer segment about the HoReCa segment. So the increasing demand of poultry products, especially in the fast food, can enhance their operations. And for example, the new concept of Sibylla and the other fast food chains procurement could be the key for another expansion in another industry. Moving to the next slide, and concerning the value promise, we compare the Atrias and the HK scan ones. And as you can see, Atria is widely present in many geographical areas, such as Finland, Sweden, Estonia, and Denmark, rather than HK scan. Moreover, Atria has a better supply chain integration. For example, as we explained before, this slaughtering process is internal, so it can be better controlled and enhanced. And additionally, Atria, thanks to the high quality of their products and the clear sustainability direction of their operation, can increase the brand recognition, and which is also helped thanks to the presence of the numerous different brands in the market. Moving on to the next slide, and talking about the strategic map. From the bottom, so the use of digital technologies, the enhancement of customer experience and the collaboration and huge R&D efforts can improve the taste, quality, and of the products. Moreover, the digital technologies can enhance the cost awareness, decrease the use of resources, and optimize the food production. These processes lead to a superior quality perceived by customers, a strong brand recognition, and the new presence in the fast food can also enhance the perception of quality in some fast food chains. Concerning sustainability, starting from the bottom, the strategic competencies of enhancing packaging systems, improving safety and quality control, integrating our sustainability process, and also nurturing the sustainability culture among the employees can allow the reduction of the use of plastic in packaging, the continuous investment in renewable energy, such as the new wind and solar energy plants that are already present in Finland for Atria. And all these processes make Atria a sustainable driven company, and customer recognizes the sustainability products and the respect for the animal well-being. The outcomes of this operation are then achieved by keeping, for example, an higher ROE, or increase the preferability of the products, and therefore increase revenue and the market expansion. Moving on, we can see the actual strategy of Atria. Overall speaking, Atria is concerned in 5 main points. So first, the leader in poultry production, especially they created a new plant worth more than 150 million euros. And also they want to increase the profitability in Sweden and in South Korea by expanding their market. Moreover, also speaking about the optimization of red meat, They are trying to strengthen the presence in the Asian market, since it is the market that consume the most pork meat. As we explained also before, there is a fast food expansion. For example, the new concept of Sibilla can help on the expansion of this industry, but also the new acquisition of the 51% of the Ab Korv Goran's Kebab Oil that helped Atria to move to the kebab industry. Atria is a leader in sustainability. They can also control using the ESG factors, but as an example, as we explained before, there was an investment in Finland for a wind power plant, but also a solar plant in Seinäjoki, and they are trying to reduce the use of antibiotic in the pork production, and also one big aim is to reach the carbon-free, carbon neutral company by 2035. At the basis, there are the strong financial performance. For example, they are trying to increase prices according to the market, a better management of the energy cost that is fundamental, but also they are trying to outperform markets as they are doing in the last years. Moving on and talking about the future strategy of Atria. As you can see, they are concerned around the 5 points that we explained before, but in practice, they can improve the innovation in operations, for example, in enhancing the supply chain, perhaps using the blockchain that can help the traceability and also transparency in the supply chain. Automation and IoT is fundamental. For example, in the slaughtering process or packaging ones, they can improve efficiency and also improve the recyclable products inside the supply chain. Digital technologies also here is fundamental to use in order to increase the sustainability of the products first, for example, circular economy, recycling, and also the internal energy production from the solar and the wind power plant. R&D also for the innovation is fundamental, since market trends could change. For example, following the plant-based products or the insects or lab-grown meat, even if it is not so popular, it will become for sure as an alternative to the meat products. Concerning the financial strategies, Atria could try to manage better the cost, for example, reducing the energy usage, and also increase the renewable ones. They can also they're trying to increase the price according to the market, and according also to the inflation that is present in Europe still now. And also concern about prices, targeting the convenience store can help differentiate the price strategies among the convenience stores, but also like the supermarkets as they did before. As we said also before, the sustainability and partnerships are fundamental. Atria is trying to be leader, and they have to keep increasing their efforts in the sustainability, even more engaging the employees first, but also trying to enforce in some ways the partners to use sustainability practices. For example, the animal welfare in these slaughtering houses, or recyclable packaging, or also a better supply chain for example, improving the transport cost. This was the presentation about our idea about Atria at the moment, the strategic groups and the competition in the market, and also a future view of the possible outcomes that it will lead. Thank you for watching, and